I'm gonna talk about wrestling. I'm gonna pivot. This is getting close to WrestleMania season. I mean, not never WrestleMania season. It's been WrestleMania season. We're getting close to WrestleMania, the actual show, which is gonna be Saturday and Sunday. I want to say this, and I'm gonna dedicate this video to my man Wrestle Chop. There's a brother I've been watching. I'm really enjoying his content. I appreciate him showing love on there. And if somebody's doing some positive stuff, doing some good content, I want to support everything they're doing. And he's one of the best wrestling commentators on YouTube because of just the authenticity. I like his energy. I like how he comes across. But I want to say this in my video. The truth of the matter is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins probably wouldn't even exist without this guy. And I'm going to go down and just tell you the truth. Far as I know in real life, I don't think Roman Reigns has no real beef with CM Punk. You know, we know the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins like brothers. They close off script. But I think there is, I've heard there is a real, matter of fact, I ain't even just heard, I know it, that there are some real issues between Seth and Punk. And I honestly think that's why their feud is so good, because there's some true animosity there. But I'm going to say this. Seth Rollins especially, but even Roman Reigns to a lesser degree, what they owe CM Punk a debt of gratitude for the success of their career. Because the truth of the matter is, neither one of those guys would be doing half the things they're doing right now had it not been for CM Punk. Because let's start with Roman Reigns. The truth of the matter is, Roman Reigns wouldn't have a career, really, without CM Punk. The truth of the matter is, if CM Punk had left the WWE, Roman Reigns his career wouldn't take off. When you think about when he left, that's when Roman Reigns became the top guy. That's when he started getting a lot of shots, a lot of WrestleMania main events, all that kind of stuff. Before CM Punk left, nobody was checking for Roman Reigns. What it did was it opened up the door, because John Cena was always trying to inch his way out. He was on the come down. You talking about like 2012, 13, somewhere in there. And you know, CM Punk was the top guy. By that time, him and John Cena was at the top of the card. And you know, John Cena was the top baby face. CM Punk was the top heel. Then CM Punk turned back face, and it was like him and John Cena was sharing the top baby face roles. And CM Punk just got too big for the business, man. And, you know, he made some mistakes, but I'm going to tell you, I love Phil Brooks, dude. I respect that dude because of what he did for the business. And he's just, CM is the same age as me. We're the same age. I think I'm a few months older than he is, but we was both late 70s guys. He may be a year younger than me, 46, 47, some age bracket that I am. And CM Punk, he just old school. He don't like disrespect. He feels like the younger generation, they should give respect where respect is due. That's why he got mad at that dude. Who's that guy's Dylan from Beverly Hills 90210? His son, I can't think of his name. Luke Perry, or whatever his name is, Jack Perry. And because he felt like Jack Perry he wasn't respecting his elders. He was being disrespectful. A guy like CM Punk who paved the way for him to get where he got. Whether you like CM or not, you got to respect that dude. What's going on? He said Jack Perry's a fool. Yeah, he is, man. He crazy. And so, you know, CM Punk, you know, he paved the way. Now, if you just look at Seth Rollins. Look at how he looked. That Scott Stapp from Creed look, that rock and roll, you know, heavy metal, hard rock kind of dude. CM Punk was on that gimmick long before Seth Rollins came along. Even the way he talks. Listen, when Seth Rollins is cutting a promo, he sounds just like CM Punk. Listening to his vernacular, how he talks, the way he comes across, you know, that real sincerity kind of in what he's saying when he's serious. Seth Rollins to me is better when he's serious. I don't really like that little goofy character he plays. I like it when he's just about business, whether he's on baby heel. But CM Punk is always that kind of guy. He's like, when you see CM Punk on TV, I believe what you see on TV is what you get. You know, I've seen him do. I've never had the pleasure of meeting him, but he just comes across as just a real no type of dude. If you show him respect, he'll be the nicest guy you want to meet. But if you disrespect, he'd be the biggest jerk. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you earned it. The way CM Punk treats you, that's you. If he treats you like a jerk, you did something. He disrespected by something you either said or something you did. And like everything he does, he has a reasonable reaction to it. And more times than not, when he does certain things, it's because somebody acted him. And I agree with him 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? He's like I am. That's how I am really in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's just like CM Punk is controversial because he's misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? That's just, and fake people don't get along with Phil Brooks, And but the truth of the matter is, WWE make Drew McIntyre lose. Oh, that been crazy, man. He talking about somebody totally different. But Drew McIntyre, he know what's up. He real Brooks too. He's just CM Punk has just done so much for so many people's careers, man. And a lot of people don't really show him the respect he deserves. That's why I'm glad he's finally getting the main event WrestleMania. And he better win too. He better win that match. But the truth of the matter is, Roman Reigns wouldn't be where he was. As a matter of fact, the Shield was like CM Punk. I don't think he's a liar. I don't see why he would have any reason. He said the Shield was his idea. You know what I'm saying? And it probably was. Because you think about it, when the Shield first came, that was the whole point. The purpose of them originally coming was to protect CM Punk. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? And they were supposed to be aligned with Paul Heyman and all that, but they ended up, Vince McMahon, I think he changed where they was with the Authority. But initially, they were supposed to be working with CM Punk and Paul Heyman. And it's just like, man, CM Punk just don't. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be no Seth Rollins. It wouldn't be no Roman Reigns, because him leaving gave room for Roman Reigns to become the top guy. And y'all can say what y'all want to say, but it's the truth. God honest truth. Seth Rollins got his whole swag, his whole image, the way he talks, the way he look, all that. That hard rock music he comes out to. If it wouldn't been no CM Punk, he wouldn't CM Punk. Just go back. Look at Tyler Black when he first was on the Indies, when he was doing Tyler Black, and all of it, and like New Japan and all those independent promos. I mean, you look at him and then look at how CM early in his career when he first. What's up, old head? What's going on, man? Yeah, he wanted Roman in the shit. But you know what? I love Joe Savannah-White, the man that played Roman Reigns. I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan. I'm proud of what he's done. I'm sure his dad is looking down on him from heaven. Applaud what he's did. He's carried that company on his back, and he deserves to be given the credit for the work that he's done. So I ain't taking nothing away from what CM Punk what Roman Reigns has done for the business. I think he's one of the greatest to ever have done it. But at the same time, a lot of people think these guys just popped out of thin air, and Phil Brooks didn't have nothing to do with these guys' success. It's just hating. That's just the truth of the matter. Y'all don't know wrestling. You don't respect the business. You don't understand how this stuff works, man. Somebody got to be. Just like Ric Flair. He was based on Buddy Rogers. You think about. I told somebody the other day. We all know that if it wasn't for Elvis Presley, it would be no what's his name? The Tone Man. A lot of these guys are. Heyman's turning on somebody. I'm gonna do a video about Paul Heyman. The next video I'm gonna talk about how Paul Heyman, this weak version, the new generation, y'all only know about this weak, soft Paul Heyman who's running from folks. But the Paul Heyman in the 80s and 90s, that dude, he was dangerous, man. I'm gonna do a whole video about that. They used to call him Paulie Dangerously. He was vicious, dude. Paul Heyman was so dangerous that when he was outside the ring, it was like you had to wrestle two people, because he could hurt you. Like Bobby Heenan is the greatest of all time because of his mouth, and all that stuff. Jimmy Hart is great because of his mouth. But Paul Heyman, now he had the mouth, but he also had the size and the athleticism. And Paul Heyman, if he really took wrestling seriously, he probably could have been an in-ring talent. But man, Paul Heyman would hurt you physically. Like he would hit you with that megaphone. With that cell phone he had. Man, he'd do whatever. Man, he had hands, so he could fight too. He couldn't fight on his own like a man. He was a manager, so he would wait until you got hurt or something, and then he would attack you. But he still was dangerous though. Like Paul Heyman, he could physically harm you in the 80s and 90s. Like now he can't do that no more. Yeah, he rarely interferes with it. But y'all remember, who's old enough to remember the old school Paul Heyman? Who's old? I say I'm old. I'm 40, 47, almost 48 years old. So I remember Dangerous Alliance. I remember You know, Austin Island, Tommy Rich, and all them guys, man, back in Memphis wrestling, all that stuff. When Paul Heyman was only like 20 years old, 20 old, and he had that long mullet and all that kind of stuff. Man, that version of Paul Heyman would hurt you, dude. He was a dangerous dude, man. Like I said, I used to call him Paulie Dangerous. That's called him that. Because he literally was dangerous. Like, it was a distraction. If you read on one of those Paul Heyman guys, you not only had to worry about them, but man, if you fall out on, you better not get knocked out on the floor. If you get knocked out on the floor, man, Paul Heyman would break your neck. He was, see, y'all don't know. Y'all think about the bald, fat Paul Heyman. I'm talking about the skinny Paul Heyman. It was like 21 years old, 25, 30 years old. That Paul Heyman. All right, y'all. I'll do a more extensive video on Paul Heyman. I'm a huge Paul Heyman fan, man. Yeah. He did a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And, you know, so people be coming to my comment section that don't know nothing about wrestling. They don't realize that I do my research. Some of my good friends are actually former wrestlers. Like, you know, y'all understand I'm connected to Lex Luger, I'm to Nikita Koloff, all them guys. Dudes that actually wrestled Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just, if you don't know nothing, don't comment on my page. I'm just wrestling stuff. I know my stuff. All right, y'all. Brandon Love Sports TV. It's your boy. Peace. And I will do a WrestleMania review too.